Hi guys, welcome to Chakra Sessions. I'm your host, Holly Joe LeBay, and guess what? We're on our 2-year anniversary. I'm so excited. So good morning to you guys. This is a big day energetically for me because on Thursday it's my 2-year anniversary here with Star Nations. And it's hard to believe that it's been that little of time, but also it's also feels like it went super fast. So, great to have you guys. Oh, thank you so much, Julie. I'm really excited about that. And good morning, Christine. Oh, thank you. Thank you guys. This is it. This is kind of fun. The energy that's kind of coming in, it's like I always thought it was really neat that my show started so close to the spring equinox, the week before the spring equinox, because it feels like it's that like the ending and a new beginning, right? The end of winter and the coming of new things to grow and take place in our lives. And so it's really symbolic, I think, that my team made sure that my anniversary kind of falls in that time for Star Nations, that time of like shedding the old and rebirthing the new. So yeah, thank you. I'm very excited. And you know, I'm somebody who my inner child loves to celebrate. If we can find anything to celebrate, I celebrate it. I celebrate holidays just because they're other people's holidays. I'm a big one for like anytime we can have joy and celebration, I'm all for it. So I was excited to see this energy coming up because you do kind of forget. You get running in the momentum of things, and next thing you know, a year's passed or 2 years passed, and you have no idea. So thanks, Christine. I really appreciate it. So there's lots of big new things that are happening here for me, but energetically, I feel like it's happening for the whole planet. Like we've been in hibernation. And for those of you in the Midwest, you got a real idea of what true hibernation used to look like, right? With all the snow and ice and the cold temperatures. Not that everybody didn't have them, but you guys got like this extra whammy. And I feel like there's some huge growth that's about to happen in your area of the planet because you needed to take all that energy, kind of store it up to create something big and beautiful. So yay, I'm excited. Thanks, Nessie. I know I'm like a little kid today a little bit. I'm super excited, which is really nice. Hi, Violet. Welcome to the show. So as part of the 2-year celebration, I have to give away, presents to people because that's just how I roll when it comes to things like that. So I have a few gifts that we're going to be giving out today. And I'm going to write down people's names and let the energy choose. And one of the other things is that, I'm also going to pull cards, which I do not do on Tuesdays. So for those of you who lucked out to watch it live, yay! And those of you watching it in the recording, no worries. Just tune in on Wednesday to Soul Connections. I'll make sure to hit you up. So, thank you, Bobby. I appreciate that. Yeah, and in addition to all this, those of you who know I run a mystery school, my 3rd-year energy healers are about to graduate the first weekend in April. And it's like this bittersweet, like I'm so excited that they're ready to spread their wings. And at the same time, the mama bear is like, oh, but don't go. But most of them aren't really going. They're turning around and helping in a new way, either me or the planet. And that's really cool. So I'm very excited about that too. So thank you, Marie. Very much appreciate that. So those of you who know the drill, if you say yes, please, I will pull a card for you. These are all chakra-based cards. They're from the Chakra Insight deck. And of course, I didn't grab the box, but that's how my team is sometimes. But I wanted to share with you some cool wisdom that came in from the Ancient One. It keeps coming through. But it's going to be in my upcoming article. And I know that sounds strange because we just released the March issue on March 10th, which I'm very excited about that message as well. But the one for April that's coming up has to do with the limitations and limiting beliefs, and it's really cool. So one of the things that the Ancient One wanted me to share with you is that we're about to have this surge of energy, right? As a planet, and we're having a surge because of the spring equinox and the full moon. And there's a big push in ascension energy in terms of moving our souls and our planet to the next level. So we have these like little shoves. Some of us are on a steady climb. And for those of us who aren't climbing, you need a little kick in the rear to get you up the hill, right? So we're about to have a big one of those next week is what I keep seeing. And for people, that whole week may be a little bit different than you're used to. And so the Ancient One really has been talking about how do you limit your energy flow? How do you hold yourself back? And we can do this through our thoughts. We can do it through our beliefs. And we can do it through physical limitations as well. Because sometimes we create physical things to be wrong so that we can have that as an excuse. Or we can use it to overcome. So there's a beautiful young lady who's from my area. I used to be a dance teacher for a number of years, over 30 actually. And when I was a dance teacher, she was one of my students. Fearless, fierce little thing. And she would just, she did acrobatics, which is like the floor of gymnastics. And she would just try anything. She wasn't afraid of getting hurt. She just always threw her whole self into everything. And she believed eventually she would be able to do it. It wasn't a matter of that she couldn't. It was a matter of when would she be able to. And so she just used this fearless attitude, like all through her younger years with me. And then, when she hit high school, she really focused on certain sports and on track. And she was phenomenal. Got multiple scholarships to multiple universities on her sports and her athletic drive. And she won a lot of awards around, her persistence and things like that. And 3 days before she was to head off to college, she took that fearless energy and made a choice to be a little reckless with it. I'm sure you guys have heard of chicken. There's a stretch of road that runs along the river here. It's actually called River Road, and where the kids would drag race. And sometimes they played chicken, 2 cars coming at each other. And it was hard for me to believe kids still do that, but apparently they do. And so she chose to get in a vehicle with someone to do that. She wasn't driving. She was the passenger. She also chose not to put on her seatbelt. And she also chose to have alcohol and to get in a car with someone who had alcohol. So long story short, when they went to do chicken, he reacted pretty strongly, which makes sense, but it sent them flying through a tobacco barn. And when they hit the barn, when the truck hit the barn, she went through the windshield and through the other side of the barn. And it paralyzed her from the waist down. It took a long time for us to just get Brenna back. But she does not see that as a limitation. She sees it as she made choices to create a more focused life for herself. And she uses that. She doesn't see, like I said, she doesn't see it as a limitation. She's like, I want to do that. How can I do that? So she is someone who is able, it's really wild. She plays basketball. She goes skiing. She does water skiing. She does mountain climbing. And she's just tackling the planet. And she doesn't see her disability as a limitation. She sees it as a strength, because that gives her that much more determination, that much more focused to get things done. So she has a limitation we can see, but almost everybody else around us, they have limitations we can't see. They have beliefs that they can't, or they're not enough, or they're not worthy. And those limitations block our energy and keep us from being who we're meant to be. And so there's all these ways that we do that. And when we have a limiting belief, we sit in it and we don't ask for a hand up. We don't use any tools to rise above it. Unless you're here on the show and listening, we're looking for the tools. What's the next tool to help me get a leg up? How do I keep moving forward? How do I focus all my determination, all my energy on who I want to be or who I am? And how do I share that? How do I share that with other people so they can do the same thing? So this is like, here we are. We're in our second year here, and we've been sharing the energy and sharing the clearing and sharing the love. And some of you have been watching that whole time. And some of you are new to it. And some of you, have come and go, which is totally cool. But remember that this is one of those places that you can check in. My team is so big on giving you tools for your transformation, that you never have to be alone. You only have to be a click away. And it's the wildest thing. I know so many of you know this, that you watch a certain show, any of the ones on Star Nations, you click on it and you watch it, even though it's not live. You're just like, I wonder what's that it's about. And you click on it and you watch it, and it's like speaks right to your soul. And you're like, oh, that's exactly what I needed to hear. That's my team put me and this in the right place at the right time. So, you guys can help out by liking and sharing this broadcast, because maybe it's going to reach somebody who just needs to know that here's a sacred space and a sacred place where they can get a hand up, move forward how they need to, not feel stuck. So I want to catch up with a bunch of people. So a lot of yes, pleases, and I'll do them in order. And Shelly said, seeing all experiences, exciting new opportunities is a goal for all people. Absolutely. And the thing is, we all have times where, we see the limit rather than the opportunity. Or as my team talks about it, it's like we see the obstacle, not the possibility. And so it's sometimes we get in our own way, and that's why we don't do it alone, right? That's why we gather a team, our friends, our soulmates, our loved ones, and we say, hey, this is the time for us to move forward. So, woohoo! So I'm just going to check in. Oh, thank you so much, Vicki. I know I'm very excited for that. All my classes graduate in April. So it's going to be a big month of endings and beginnings, which I love that, because then my birthday is in May. So it's like, woo, let's see how much we can grow. So I'm going to start pulling some cards, and in about 15 minutes or so, I will give away the first couple things. So stay tuned. All right, we're going to start with Christine. So your card, my dear. Let's see if I can get this a little better. This is not a deck I'm used to using. All right. Let me see, make sure that I've got this all right. Normally when I do card readings, I've got Neshi on my back. Okay, so let me pull this up. I think I got it. There we go. All right, so Christine, your card is forgiveness. This is in the heart chakra energy. And see how she's blowing on the dandelion, or she's about to make a wish, right? And the wish is about letting all of that stuff go. When you blow on the dandelion, right, and all of those seeds go out, those seeds of forgiveness allow you to let go of the past of like mourning the beauty of the dandelion, right? And then seeing the way it's going to spread its energy and create so much more. So it's all about letting go, filling yourself with compassion, and then letting that energy kind of grow into something brand new. You know, it feels like one dandelion can turn into 100 when we blow those seeds and spread the energy and spread the love. So one thing that we need to forgive, when we forgive it, it allows so much energy to move forward and grow. I'm so excited for you around that. All right, let's switch over to Julie. All right, Julie. Yours is a 6th chakra card, and it's about visualization. I love visualization. So visualization is when we take the time to focus our energy and create from this place. We get the vision of like, okay, this is what I want to do next. And then we start focusing our attention on it. We can see it, we can smell it, we can hear it, we can taste it, we can feel it. So it's like when you use your visualization, don't just use your eyes, your inner eyes. Use all of your senses to activate, because when we can feel the experience as it is real, then we're able to create it. So just imagine when we're dreaming and we're sleeping, you know how sometimes you wake up and it feels so real, like it just happened to you? That's the ability that you have to visualize the next thing that you want to create in your life. And you want to feel it as if you're in a living dream. And then it will step forward for its creation. Woohoo! All right, Mary Ellen. Another 6th chakra. Yours is the guidance card. So I love how big that eye is, right? It's like a halo that's supporting and surrounding the planet, right? So this is about you tapping into your intuition, allowing the guidance and the love and the support to come through. And sometimes we're listening only to signs, you know, internally. But when we ask for guidance, don't be worried if all of a sudden, you know, you watch this show and I say the answer to what you just asked your team, or you watch Neshi's broadcast and exactly what she says is what is the answer to what you were asking. Because the divine uses other people to give the message, the guidance when it's needed. When we ask for it and we're open to it, our support team can be as large as our imagination. So look for those signs, and that will start to point you in the right direction. And remember that when they're in alignment with you, your heart stays wide open, and you don't have that contraction in your breathing. If your breathing feels shallow, then, you know, ask for another sign just to make sure. All right, Shelly. Nice one. This one is for the heart chakra, and it's all about emotional balance. Can you see the water getting poured into the cup of life? So when we're looking for emotional balance, we're looking for a sense of stability. Um, we're looking for peace and harmony. And we're looking for things in our life to flow easily. So this is all about being as fluid as the water in the cup. Okay? Because at the top, there's like, it's almost like the rainbow of divine energy is filling the cup. And there's the birds above that are asking you to look for a higher perspective. And when we do that, our cup is full and we don't feel like we're lacking anything. We are filled up with our self-worth, our self-esteem. And then when we are filled up like that, then we can just move forward. And so often when it's saying emotional balance, just be paying attention to those times when we let our inner critic say things to us that maybe are less than true. So let those things go and allow that energy to come back into balance. All right, Vicki. Yours is a throat chakra, my dear. Yours is all about honesty. So see how she has the keyhole? The key to what is up is by stepping into your honesty, stepping into integrity, being really transparent in your communication. When we are in that place where we speak our heart's truth, then other people listen. And when we try to say things nicely, we're sometimes not being fully honest. So there is something to be said for having a raw, open communication with someone else where you're totally feeling your feelings and expressing them. And when we open that throat chakra, it allows us to express ourselves not just in communication with others, but with ourselves. And it also allows us to bring our own gifts out to the world. So we're able to create and we're able to, dress the way we want to, live the way we want to, attract abundance the way we want to. And it all comes when we really are honest with ourselves and we step fully into our integrity. All right. Jackie. Nice. Yours is a first chakra energy and it's around family. And I love the little bird's eggs. It's getting to be that time for the nests to get built and the safe place for the eggs to be hatched. So this is about your energy is really about sort of creating your tribe, your community where you feel a solid member, that you feel part of the growth and the development, and that really it's a sense of belonging. Like you feel like you fit in. There are so many times when we try to fit in with different people, different groups, and sometimes even with our own family. And when we are trying to fit in, it really never works. So this is calling on you to open your heart and just feel where's your community and who's your tribe, and really allow yourself to get rooted in that energy. Allow that to become your stability, because we want a strong foundation for you to grow you on. And sometimes we have to attract that tribe. Sometimes it's not our natural tribe. And, if you have a really solid family relationship, then it also may be, inviting you to spend some more time with your family, so that you can really feel that love, support energy that grounds you and allows you to sort of take root so you can do new things and be a new version of you. Nice. All right, Bobby. Another third eye. So this one is divine consciousness. So your energy is really working and connecting with the divine consciousness. And so some people would say, well, this is more of a crown chakra. But depending on your energy, we all connect with the divine in our own unique way, and some of us connect through our third eye and some through our crown. And there's nothing right or wrong about that. It's just the way that we do our divine perception. So this is reminding you to call in your connection to the divine, remembering that when you can hold the energy of oneness, it allows your energy to expand more fully. It's like, it's those limiting beliefs, right? If we think we're just an individual and we're small and we're only one of us, then we are in just a strand of the divine light. When we can hold a interconnectedness and the sense of being one with the divine, like we are together, we are divine, that allows our energy to kind of like morph. And the more energy we flow, the more we are able to be who we're meant to be and share that with others. And so it's just inviting you to even imagine expanding that, open to the possibility that it could be even broader than you already have. Nice. All right. Neshi, of course. Let's see what you got, girl. All right. So yours is a first chakra card. It's grounding. Aren't you the one who's been posting like all the time? Have you grounded today? I love that. This one is more about, even though this is a grounding card, more what I'm getting about is that, you haven't been able to be out in nature as much as your soul needs. That sort of hibernation energy that you guys have been stuck with has really taken that time away from you. So it's like, how can you call nature in more fully into your home? And you have a lot of that around you and through you, but it's inviting you to remember how nature balances you, how nature creates a more stable version of you. And when you hold your presence as a nature being, we're a divine nature being. When we hold the divine feminine, we're holding the earth energy. And so we need to hold the earth energy and the divine energy. Grandmother earth and grandfather sky, we want to hold both of them within us. So it's just inviting you to call in a little more of the earth mama energy, mostly because you haven't been able to get outside as much as you need to. So maybe, we'll pray to the nature gods to like start thawing stuff faster so that you can get out more. All right. All right. Anne. So I love when they give me just almost a blank one. So yours is the sacral chakra, the second chakra. And the second chakra is about really allowing everything in your life to flow. All of your emotions to be honored and felt and expressed. All of your energy to flow through your body, your blood, your air, your oxygen, even your digestive system. Everything wants to be in balance and in flow. And really allowing your relationships to be in full flow. And that's where I feel more of the tug of war, where there are some relationships that you have where there's an even give and take. There's this, but there are a number where it's like yanking. And you'll know because those are ones where when you talk on the phone with them, you feel depleted. And when you kind of dread seeing people or you dread going somewhere, then that's where the energy of the relationship is out of balance. And see and look and investigate inside of you how you can return that energy to balance. And it'll be a really good thing for you. Mwah. All right, so we're at 12:30. So my team is calling me to give out a free copy of Star Nations magazine. And so let us see how they want me to do that. Okay, so that's the face. All right, so Jackie Fitzpatrick. Woohoo! Not only did you get a card, but you're going to get a free back issue of Star Nations magazine. So leave me a message and with your address, and I will send that out to you. I'll make sure that it gets to you. So congratulations on an issue of Star Nations magazine. There's so much cool stuff in there. So I look forward to you receiving that. Woohoo! All right. All right. Got your name written down because, my brain is going to not remember it because I'm in a different zone. All right. So let's move forward. Lauren, let's see what your card is. All right. Nice. Another 6th chakra. Your card is inspiration. I'm going to bring it down this way so you can see the top. I love the twin energy that's next to that. So the inspiration card is really about, our ideas fall into our aha point. So they come in usually through the third eye. Sometimes they come in through the crown, and they hit right in the back of the skull. And when it hits in the back of the skull, it's kind of like you get this little smack there and you go, oh my gosh, I know what that means. That aha moment. So there's a bunch of sparks all around that are trying to take root. So don't dismiss some random ideas and some random thoughts that are coming in, because it's almost like they're happening on impulse. So they're like sending you ideas and inspiration, and don't dismiss it as, oh, well, that wouldn't work, or I can't imagine that. Just allow them to come in. And like, that's a cool idea, write it down. That's a cool idea, write it down. And then what happens is you start to see a pattern in what the ideas are pointing to. And that gives you the energy of your next creation. We lots of times dismiss the signals and the signs that our team is sending us. But I'm literally seeing like pulses of idea energy that are coming through, like you're having, like a pulsar. It's like, and they're coming in, and some of them you're noticing and some of them you're dismissing. So in that energy, hang on to it, write them down, ground it, and let them bring more and more to you. And then it'll put together a puzzle that you'll get to see what's the next step. Woohoo! All right, Melissa, of course. Nice. Yours is the base chakra or the root chakra. So what I'm getting for you around this is that, number one, you might need to do a little grounding. We all are having a little difficulty right now. Either you feel super sluggish, like you're trudging through mud, or you feel like you can't get down to the earth. It's an interesting, most people in this that I've been talking to in this week, they're feeling either super duper stuck or like they can't get back in their body. And both of them are about bringing our root chakra back into balance. And we do that by allowing ourselves to know that we are safe, we are secure, and that we have all the support that we need. So when we are having a wobbly base chakra, and I'm even like getting little twinges in my lower back near my tailbone. So I don't know if you're having sciatic stuff. That just means that the energy isn't going from your second chakra through your hips down into your base. So the second chakra should be up here. It goes through your hips and then back. So there's this diamond that should be sort of in our pelvic floor. And if that diamond isn't open, then we aren't able to take action in our lives. So you want to make sure that the bottom point of the diamond is nice and secure so that all that energy can come together and start moving you forward. And remember that moving forward energy is either going to propel us forward or shove us forward next week. So I suggest you get on it. All right, Marie. Nice. Yours is the solar plexus chakra. This one has been real big for a lot of people right now, because our inner fire, our inner desires are coming in. And what I'm feeling for you is it's time for you to start figuring out how to own your personal power, how to bring back any of the power that you've given away. And we don't always give it away intentionally. You know, somebody else is hurting and we hand over some of our power. And we're just not even aware that we depleted our own fire. So with our solar plexus energy, it really, when it's in a great state, it's giving us fire and desire to do the next thing and like really be jazzed about it. And I feel a little flat energy there. And that doesn't mean that that it's closed. It just means that you've got a lot of stress and things that are kind of pushing down on it, a lot of obligations that you're trying to fulfill. And so taking back your power often will start with saying no, telling people no, or I'll think about it, and actually do think about it. And then if it's in alignment with you, say yes. And if it's not, say, you know, nope, I don't have time, but thanks for asking. Because then you'll start to really feel a huge shift. Nice. All right, Judy, of course. Woohoo, yours is a throat chakra. This is sound. She is just going to town. And so in the sound, it is one of the best ways to heal ourselves can be with sound, with music, with vibration. I love to use the crystal bowls. The vibration of that like moves all my chakras, and allows anything that's like out of tune to get tuned. And it's really about finding your own personal rhythm. Lots of times where we live our lives in someone else's rhythm. And when that happens, everything feels like it's hard to do, or it's like such a chore. But when we're in our own flow, in our own rhythm, everything just happens easily and gracefully. And you can work side by side with someone on the same task, but stay in your own rhythm. Because they're going to do things a certain way doesn't mean you should. You can do it your way and really start to find where that rhythm is for you. And some of it may be you need to get silent and listen for it. But I also feel like there's not enough music in your life. And music, for a lot of us, different types of music bring us joy or bring us calm, or rev us up to like really push through a project if we need to. So find your rhythm, find your songs, and start getting back into sync with how that gets expressed. Vicky's asking, what date is your birthday in May? The 31st. I decided to be the very last day of May, which makes perfect sense because I need to be a very balanced Gemini, right? That is just how I roll. But that's been my challenge too in my life, is bringing the energy, all of that fire and all of that emotion, and bringing it into a quiet space. Oh, yeah, that would be a lovely combo. Brenna, I'm sure would love to do that. She's a fierce warrior, and just such an inspiration, and so young, really, for how much she's out there inspiring other people. I think she's like 26, 27. So very cool. Oh, thank you. So now she's reminding everybody, my products are at trinityhealingsanctuaries.com. What a great segue. All right. So the next person who's getting something is going to be one of my free emotional healing kits. So my team has this really cool way of showing me who's next. So Minnie, my goodness, you must like my oils. So Minnie, you're going to get an emotional healing kit. And if you already got the emotional healing kit, I will get you one of the other kits, but I don't think it was the emotional one that you got. And the emotional kit is really cool because it has the anxiety, overwhelm, stress, grounding, and chakra balance all together. Woohoo! All right. So Minnie, there you go. Send me your information again so I can, your address, so I can send that out to you. Nice. All right. Violet, let's get you going, dear. Who wants to talk for you? This is a funny picture for me. So this is the emotions card. Look at all the expressions that are running through this poor guy. No, he doesn't have 5 faces, but there are, he's feeling in that very heavy emotional space. So this is just pointing out that, emotions come and they go and they flow through us like water. They're supposed to. So sometimes we can feel like we're on this emotional roller coaster. And if we freak out about that, then we limit our energy and we get stuck in one emotion or another. And what happens is that can really depress our energy. It can weigh it down. And it can make our energy feel heavy. We can feel lethargic or tired because we've sort of put a weight on our emotional flow. So it's all about, bringing that energy into balance, allowing all of our emotions to be expressed. Now, I'm telling you guys, that means you get to express your anger too. Yes, even if you're a good girl, you can be angry. We can't always be nice. And even though we try to say, we can say things that we're angry and say it concisely. So, I had to practice this really hard with my husband, especially in the last 2 years. And so when I'm angry, I'm like, wow, I'm angry right now. And his response now is not, what did I do? It's, what's it about? And then I can lean in and go, well, I'm really frustrated because you said you were going to do this and you didn't. And, so I'm actually angry. And he can either give me a list of her excuses or he can own, yeah, I put it off because it's not my favorite thing to do. But all right, I'll tackle it now. And let me know if there's anything else. So you can have an angry conversation without actually having to blow up at someone. We confuse rage and anger quite a bit. Or we're afraid to get super sad because we might get depressed. So then we don't let anybody know we're sad. And then that just attracts more sadness when we do that. So feel your way through expressing all your emotions and noticing which ones you don't express as well. And finding a way to kind of bring it back into balance because that's where you're going to be. All right. Nice. So Vicky is saying, I have thyroid disease and parathyroid tumors. I haven't been able to speak my truth. So spot on. Yes. Yeah. That's unfortunately, that's how they get the energy developed because we block all of that energy in there and then it affects what's closest to it. And the thyroid really gets a big hit on when we don't speak our voice and speak our truth. All right, Donnie. Let's see what we got for you, dear. Talking about it right now. Throat chakra. So the throat chakra, really, it's about self-expression, speaking your truth, owning your truth, and really allowing it. Now, for you, I'm feeling a little bit like it has way more, not so much to do with talking. Maybe there is some talking to it, but it's really about you expressing who you are. I feel like there's some energy where you're a little bit caught. Like we sometimes have to dress a certain way for work, and that's not at all who we are. And then we have to, um, my oldest son, right? He does mixed martial arts, and he is, very open with his relationships and how he expresses them. And so to have to wear a suit and tie every day to work, um, can be really squeezing of his energy. It's probably why the mixed martial arts work really well for him after work, because he's got all that pent up of not being me that he needs to express. So I feel like there's part of you that's sort of been stuck in a role or a box of some sort, and it's time for you to start expressing yourself. So if you can't express it in one situation, then really find ways for you to have times when you can. Like my son really goes out, at nights, nights and weekends. It's his time, and he's fully authentically himself. He knows that, he needs to follow a certain role model to earn a paycheck, but that doesn't define who he is. And if you ask him, what do you do? He's hardly ever going to say that job first, because it's like, oh yeah, my job. Well, this is what I do. All right. All right. So Nancy, what have we got for Nancy? Ah, sweetheart. Self-esteem. And the self-esteem card, I feel like it's really more about being confident to put yourself out there a little more. It's not so much about self-worth and worthiness and self-esteem kind of things, but it's more about being willing to put yourself out there, be vulnerable, like put your creations out on a bigger platform, allow yourself to take the next step. What does that look like? And, sometimes we need somebody to hold our hand and guide us and show us the way to move more fully. And I'll tell you, my team took, for 3 years before this show, I said yes to this show. They kept saying, you need to do videos, you need to do podcasts, you need to reach more people. And I kept going, okay, I will, and avoiding. And finally, they threw like multiple things in my face and said, here's your possibilities, just choose one. And actually, I chose 2 initially. I had was doing broadcasts for 2 different places, and Star Nations, after like a month, I knew that Star Nations was a much better platform for me to be me. With the other broadcast, I needed to fit in their niche, and it was very constraining, and it was perfect for me to learn. So it's really about you stepping out more confidently. And if you need help with that, you just reach out to me. I'll be happy to help you. All right. Next giveaway is, I gotta see who this is. Tina Warbonnet. You get a free digital subscription to Star Nations magazine. So just give me your information, and I'll make sure that Neshi takes care of that, or Neshi will take care of it. And perfect. I'm excited for you. I love that. I love being able to do that. All right. So Barbie, absolutely. what have we got for you? Crown chakra. Woohoo! The crown chakra is reminding you we are all royalty. We are all divine. We are the king of our own kingdom, the queen of our own queendom. We are uniquely us. And our most important relationship is our connection with the divine. However you experience that, if it's your relationship with the divine is by being in nature and feeling one with nature, that is how you are meant to do it. But it's really inviting you to take a little time to even expand what that is or means for you. I'm not sure what your spiritual practice is, but it's like, it doesn't have to be just one thing. Because when we can experience the divine in everything that we do, then our crown chakra is more consistently open and as full as it can be. When we can see the divine in the person in front of us, that's when we are in a fuller version. So maybe even just pay attention for the times that you call in doubt. You doubt yourself or you doubt the circumstances, and that will cause your crown chakra to close a little bit. So how can you stretch and grow it today? And give that a shot. Ah, yes. Now she says it reminds me of the unity breath meditation. Yes, yes, yes. So excited. Let's see. Hello. Hi, everyone. Oh, nice. I'm glad Minnie doesn't have that one that she won. Woohoo. All right, Minnie, your card. So excited. Ah, another one. Self-expression. And of course, yours is the bird. Right? Let me see if I can get this a little better so you can see it better. So the bird is like open to the divine and singing along. And really, it's saying, use your individuality, use your voice. Don't be afraid to be assertive for what you need and what you want, and vocalize what you need. Vocalize your truth. Let people know what you need, what you want, what you desire, and don't be shy. That's what I keep hearing. Don't be shy. Speak up. Because people can't guess what you want or what you need. So let them tell it and sing it like it's the bird song. Because the bird song has so much healing energy to it. You know, when I use hawk medicine, it is such a high vibrational frequency that it shifts people's chakras. And so go for it. Use it. I'm excited for you. Woohoo! All right, Tina, let's pull for you first. Desires. Woohoo! So the desires card is really about the second chakra, but in this energy, I'm feeling like you have some goals that need to be set. You have some things that you're trying or would like to pursue. And the only way for us to fulfill our desires is to move toward them. And sometimes it can feel energetically like a craving. You're like, ooh, I just really want this. And because of that, you need to really use your desire energy to move you forward, to focus your attention, to put your energy, use a little fire behind that so that you can move forward and do some creation. But it's like, I can see like you have these like goals or things that you want to pursue. But I'm not seeing the full pathway of you getting there and fulfilling it. And that's where the desire energy comes through. It allows you to fulfill your dreams, fulfill what you want, fulfill what you need, and it allows other people to do it for you too. Nice. All right, Ashley. Nice. Your card is will. And it sounds pretty, it looks kind of cute, you know, this tortoise like trekking along through the desert. So will is about when we've got to take one step at a time in a very determined way, and we really have to head in a particular direction. Sometimes it means that we need to be a little more assertive, that we've got to speak up a little bit more, and that we've got to really put a little more oomph behind it. And this also has a sensation to me about don't hide in your shell. You know, with the turtle, you know, they can be out and about, but then when they freak out, they close up and they shut down. So make sure that you are carrying your shield, but your shield isn't carrying you. So you're not hiding behind it. You're able to kind of stick your neck out and go for it. And when you do that, the divine is really helping you move through. And it may feel like you're in this endless energy, but that's really not true. You are really in a space where you're moving forward. You just aren't looking. It's almost like you can't see far enough ahead at the moment. So just keep going because you're on the path. All right. All right. Nice. Nice. I'm glad there's some really cool things here. Woohoo! Yes, I read for Anne, I believe, early. I'm just going to double check, but I think I read for Anne. Yes, I read for Anne at the very beginning, Minnie. So perfect. I hope that it matched her. So, you know, I gave away some stuff. Woohoo! Love that. But, you know, I'm, you know, one of those people, like everybody came to the party and I don't want to leave anybody out. So I have this cool gift. I am coming to Star Nations in May, the first weekend in May, and I'm going to be teaching a really in-depth transformational weekend. So if you're ready to change things that are stuck in your life, if you're ready to move forward on your next stream, or you have a goal and you want the energy to create that goal, or if you have limitations, blocks that are just getting in your way, this school weekend is for you. And my students will tell you, you know, one of these weekends can shift a ton of things in your life because we spend like 15 to 20 hours. I can't even remember what we're doing at Star Nations. Focused on just shifting whatever's stuck energetically. Like, how cool is that? So anyone listening to this show live or recorded, if you register for my class at Star Nations by April 1st, you will get a free channeled healing blend from me. And that means my team is going to put together the perfect oils that are for you and what you want to work on. And they're usually about $30 to $50, depending on what you need. So that will be yours free if you sign up for the class by April 1st. I am so excited for that. And then everybody else, you know, I hope you enjoyed your card reading, because that was an extra gift, an extra surprise today. I know we usually do a teaching and a healing meditation. And I think the little bit of information about limitations was our healing for today. But I hope you guys will join me tomorrow for Soul Connections at 7 o'clock, where we do a big healing meditation and I do another card draw and read everybody who wants to get a reading. So with that, you guys, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your week. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. And if not, I'll see you next week on Soul Connections at noon. Bye, guys.